Yo, welcome to This Week in Geek, where we talk about the latest geek news this week. I'm Alvin.
And I'm Nick.
First up, Hasbro's plans for Transformers. First up in this week's news, Paramount Pictures and Hasbro have big plans for the Transformers franchise. Now think, decade-long big. You know that the Transformers 5 movie is going to happen whether we like it or not, as is an animated origin film that takes place on the planet Cybertron, which might be cool, but I'm kind of stretching it. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. According to Stephen J. Davis, president of Hasbro Studios and the entertainment and licensing arm of Hasbro, a whole team of writers have been brought on board to plot out the next 10 years of the Transformers franchise, from feature films to animated TV series to digital content. Led by Academy Award scribe Akiva Goldsman from A Beautiful Mind, the writers that are part of the Transformers Brain Trust include such writing powerhouses as Robert Kirkman from Walking Dead fame, Stephen DeKnight from Spartacus and Daredevil, and Zach Penn, who penned Avengers and X-Men 2. With such an awesome bunch of writers on tap, will Hasbro make a good Transformers movie for one?
Well, first up, don't let Michael Bay anywhere near this shit. Please, Hasbro, please. I mean, with such an awesome lineup of writers, man, these guys have effectively affected pop culture for the past 5 to 10 years. I mean, stuff like Walking Dead, Daredevil, X2 was like the best X-Men movie, man. Avengers, $1.5 billion making Avengers. With this much writing talent, the only way to fuck it up is to have Michael Bay direct it. So I hear Michael Bay is only gonna produce number 5, 6, 7, 8.
That will take up, I think, the next 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, so I think we will finally get some awesome Transformer movies for once.
I'm actually really interested in the animated content.
Oh yeah,
as long as they follow Generation 1. If they're gonna do another shitty Beast Wars or whatever else they came up with in the last decade.
No more Beast Wars, no more Hitmasters bullshit, please.
Next up, Marvel's Damage Control TV series in the works. Not content with dominating the box offices, Marvel turned their attention to the small screen, starting with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Unfortunately, that hasn't ended up being the hit as initially expected, but this year's Daredevil received rave reviews and is believed to be one of Netflix's most watched original dramas ever. So, how about a sitcom set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Ben Carlin, former executive producer of The Daily Show and The Colbert Report, is developing a new show called Damage Control for Marvel TV, and ABC has just given its pilot order. The half-hour live-action comedy will follow the misadventures of a governmental cleanup crew set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Damage Control has never had their own ongoing comic book. Their first appearance was in Marvel Comics Presents number 19, May 1989, as part of a 4-issue miniseries. But they have often appeared in Marvel stories, including making an appearance during the Civil War crossover, which unfortunately they won't appear in the Civil War movie.
Next year?
Maybe.
Damn it.
But could a sitcom set in the MCU actually work?
Well, if you think about it, last summer, Marvel Studios blew everybody's minds with how funny Guardian of the Galaxy ended up being.
Oh yeah.
So I guess given the right writing and directing team, Ben Carlin used to work on the Colbert Report and the Daily Show. So I guess there's a funny bone there, you know. I guess it's gonna be sarcastic as hell, you know.
Much along the lines of The Office, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. It'd be nice. I mean, right after the Battle of New York, I can't imagine the amount of work Damage Control had to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a hint of that in the Daredevil series. Like where they were actually talking about the cleanup.
This is like a unique enough angle to warrant maybe one season, maybe? I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it.
It depends on the cast and it depends on the the production team.
It's really funny that they actually come up with this after DC announced Powerless.
Oh yeah. This is doing a similar show on the CW, right?
Yeah.
If you think about it, DC's been winning the TV wars. Their TV series are like way more awesome. I love Flash. I love Green Arrow. I can't wait for Legends of Tomorrow. And yeah, besides Agent Carter and Daredevil, everything else that Marvel's been doing seems pretty suck. You know?
Well, again, everything else was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, after their kind of like revamping of the MCU.
When Coulson died in Avengers, his awesomeness died as well.
Next up, Star Wars Episode 8 casts. Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Star Wars The Force Awakens will soon be upon us, man. It's just 2 months, peeps. Woo! 2 months. And Star Wars Episode 8, written by Rian Johnson, will debut in 2017. Now, we can't confirm how many of The Force Awakens cast will make it into the next installment of the sequel trilogy.
Han,
But we have the film's first bit of major casting since Benicio del Toro signed on back in July to play a villainous role. Gugu Mbatha-Raw is joining the cast. There aren't any details yet on her role. So will she be a totally new character? All we know for now is that there was a chemistry read for a female lead with John Boyega, and Gugu was not in the shortlist. It is however possible that she may still be taking a major lead role. And my money's on her being a Twi'lek.
That's so racist, man. I mean, just because she looks exotic doesn't mean she should be a Twi'lek, right?
Historically speaking, the past 6 Star Wars did not have a major Twi'lek cast, and I'm not taking like the racist role here. I mean, so far from what I've seen, what she can do, I think by casting her, they will make a huge disservice if she's not in a major lead role, and it's a huge disservice if they don't finally have a fucking alien female lead.
Wait, what's her name again? Gugu
Mbatha-Raw. See, that's Twi'lek enough already.
Well, she's a very good actress. From the trailers we've seen of her past movies, Beyond the Lights and Bell. Yeah, she's very moving. I look forward to her being... Well, Star Wars is an ensemble movie anyway. So I guess if the good guys survive, that means they'll need new baddies. I mean, let's base it on like episode 1. Darth Maul was an awesome villain.
Yeah.
And then he died. Therefore, by episode 2, we needed Count Dooku. And then he died. Which means by episode 3, we needed General Grievous. So,
and then he died.
Yeah. So, what if Kylo Ren doesn't survive to the end of episode 9? Would it mean we would need a new Sith antagonist? And what about General Hux? What if he dies? Would we need a new Empire liaison? Or what about Captain Phasma? What if she falls down a Sarlacc pit? You know? And yeah, we would need a new, badass female rogue character.
I don't see her as a villain. That's the thing. I mean, granted, she acts well.
The thing is, if any of the younger cast, we have Poe Dameron, and we have Finn, and we have Rey. I don't see any of them dying by the end of episode 7.
Most likely not.
I don't think Gugu's gonna be a princess. We already have Rey as the lost farm girl / unknowingly is a princess kind of, thing.
I am looking forward to her to play a pivotal role.
My theory is she's not gonna be a Twi'lek. My theory is she's gonna be somebody up top in the Empire, like another General Hux or another Grand Moff Tarkin, but female.
Agree to disagree, man. My money's on her being a Twi'lek. On that note, next up, this week's cool shit. So, since we are still in the Star Wars universe, here is Pistol Shrimp's Star Wars The Force Awakens Disney mashup.
There has been an awakening.
Street rat. The Force is strong in my family. My father has it.
You are my son.
This is pretty funny, man. Some of the references are pretty dated. I mean, if you didn't watch Disney in the 80s, you wouldn't really get it. But some of them are pretty on the nose.
It's a perfect mashup, and it's a perfect welcoming present, I guess, for Star Wars into the Disney family.
I'm quite surprised Mickey Mouse isn't in there. Is Mickey in there? I don't remember Mickey being in there.
Should always look for the hidden Mickey, man.
Damn it. Well, you can check out the full video by clicking on the links in the show notes below.
So that's it for This Week in Geek. Stay tuned to our next episode every Friday.
What do you think of this week's episode? Leave a comment in the comment section below.
And as always, if you like us, subscribe and share our videos. This is Alvin.
And I'm Nick.
May the Force be with you.